Good morning, students. Welcome to today's special news session. Today, we will discuss two very important news topics that affect our environment and education. First is groundwater contamination in India, and second is school dropout rates across the country. Now, these issues might seem different, but both are connected to our future, right? So, let's dive in and understand these topics in detail. Students, let's begin with something that affects every single one of us: the water we drink. A recent report by Central Groundwater Board, Central Groundwater Board has revealed that groundwater in 440 districts in 440 districts in India contains excessive nitrates. What it contains? It contains excessive nitrates. Yes, and nitrates is a chemical, right? And this is an alarming increase from 359 in 2017. Back in 359 in earlier in 2017 there were 359 districts affected with excessive nitrates, but now it increased to 440. Now, you might be wondering, what are nitrates and why is this a problem? Students, nitrates are chemicals found commonly in fertilizers. All right, they are commonly found in fertilizers, and farmers use them to grow crops faster. But when these fertilizers are overused, the nitrates seep into the ground and contaminate the water we drink. And what happens if we drink this water? When nitrate levels in water are too high, it can cause serious health problems, especially for babies and young children. There's a disease called uh, blue baby syndrome. Okay, it's called blue baby syndrome. And uh, excessive nitrate contamination can lead to blue baby syndrome in babies, right, where the blood cannot carry enough oxygen. In adults, it can lead to long term health issues, including cancer, right? And here's a lot of data is mentioned. For example, the safe limit the safe limit of nitrates that should be in the drinking water is 45 milligram per liter, right? And in India, 19.8% of groundwater 19.8% of groundwater samples that had been tested had nitrate levels above this limit. Okay, जो defined है, जितना permitted है, it has to be 45 mg per liter. But 19.8% groundwater sample contains the nitrate levels above this limit, above 45 mg per liter. And in 2017, this figure was slightly higher at 21.6%. And when we talk about some states like Rajasthan, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, these states reported that they have the worst nitrate contamination. For example, in Rajasthan, it's 49% of water samples exceeded the safe limit. मतलब जितना safe limit है 45 mg per liter से ज़्यादा 49% ज़्यादा है, right? And this is very high. So uh, and this situation is concerning. And there are other states like Telangana, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, they are also showing rising nitrate levels. And they show that the problem is spreading to more parts of the country. But the question is, why is this happening? See, the number one reason is farmers are overusing synthetic fertilizers, right? They are overusing it. And see, you can imagine this situation. Why we actually overuse anything when we have excess of it, right? So farmers are overusing synthetic fertilizers because they are subsidized or made cheaper by the government. So now if if they are being made cheaper, so they are overusing it. And groundwater is also being over extracted. First of all, you need to remember that 90% of groundwater utilization 90% of groundwater utilization in our country is done for agriculture, right? So groundwater is also over extracted for agriculture, and this means that more water is being used than is naturally replenished by rainfall, right? And to make things worse, other dangerous chemical जैसे fluoride हो गया, uranium हो गया, they have also been found in groundwater, right? And it is mentioned in this news article that uranium and fluoride uranium and fluoride concentration are dangerously, for example, uranium levels are dangerously high in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab. Yes. And anything over 30 parts per billion of uranium is unsafe, and many areas have high levels exceeding 100. Yes, 100 parts per billion. Naturally 30 से above 30 से अबव तो कुछ भी है हार्मफुल है, लेकिन कुछ एरियाज में ऐसे देखा गया है कि 100 पार्ट्स पर बिलियन भी रीच हो गया है, राइट? तो यूरेनियम, एंड वी नो दैट यूरेनियम is a radioactive matter, right? So what's being done to address this? The government has been monitoring groundwater extraction and contamination level, and as of 2023, about 73% of the groundwater blocks are in safe zone, meaning they are not overused, right? And this is an you can say this is a sort of improvement as they compare it to 2022, right? So groundwater contamination issue teaches us an important lesson, that we must use natural resources responsibly. Whether it's water or fertilizer, overusing them harm us and our environment, right? And we should be aware of all such issues. We are often under uh, uh, the perception that there's plenty of water, but the truth is more water is being extracted from groundwater, from underground, right? And India is a water scarce country. All right, now let's shift to a topic that directly affects all of you. Okay, so this article is about school dropout rates in India. While there has been some good news, but there are still many challenges. First of all, we'll focus on the good news, right? See, between 2019 and 2024, yes, between 2019 and 2024, more students are completing their education without dropping out. So for example, out of 100 girls who started their school, 80 80 completed secondary education in 2024 compared to 73 in 2019. And for boys, this number increased from 72 to 77. So out of 100 boys who start their school, 77 Yes, 77 complete their school. Now, what this data shows? It shows that more children are staying in school and completing their education. And states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu have shown excellent improvement. For example, in Kerala, 99 out of 100 boys completed upper primary education. And this improved to 100 in 2024. And for girls, the number remained perfect at 100 in both years, right? However, not all states are doing well, and some states have shown a worrying increase in dropout rates, especially in Bihar, Assam and Karnataka. In Bihar, Assam and Karnataka, and Rajasthan, also in Rajasthan. So Bihar, Assam, Karnataka and Rajasthan, in dropout rates have increased. For example, in Bihar, only only 40 girls out of 100 girls completed secondary education. And for boys, the numbers dropped from 51 to 38. In 2019, 51 boys were completing the secondary education out of 100. But now it dropped to 38. And similarly, in Karnataka, only 76% of girls completed secondary education. So, what are the reason? Now, this is just the data to give you, you know, uh, analysis to give you an analysis how the number has increased, and in some states where we are saying that the situation has improved, but in other states it has become worse, right? So the question is, what are the reasons for dropouts? Why students are dropping out of schools? Number one reason is poverty. Many families cannot afford to send their children to school. And for girls, there's also a social pressure like early marriages and household responsibilities. So these often force them to, drop out. And when we look at some schools which are situated in rural areas, they often lack basic facilities like toilets and electricity. So sometimes, especially parent of girl child, they are reluctant to send their daughter in such schools. And there's also an issue of low quality education. See, when students don't learn well, they lose interest and they drop out. So, government and schools are, they are working to improve the situation. And we are also seeing that in some states like Uttarakhand have made significant progress. However, there's still a lot of work to be done to ensure that every child in India gets an education. All right. तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें करनी है, लेकिन कुछ स्टेट्स में हमने देखा कि सिचुएशन और ज़्यादा खराब हो गई है कि एंड इन सम states situation and the figures have improved from good to excellent, right? So today we learned about two critical issues: groundwater contamination and school dropout rates. Both these problems remind us that every small action counts, whether it's saving water or encouraging a friend to stay in school. Each one of us can make a difference. So let's pledge to take care of our environment and value education. Together, we can build a better, healthier, and brighter future. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day ahead.